Yo, bro science when it comes to psychology. I got no master's degree, no bachelor's degree in psychology in general. I'm mostly speaking from personal experience and advice that have been given to me when it comes to this. Your mental health and your state of your physical health, your finance situation, everything. It is important to take care of it. Because it is you, it's your life, right? Now, one of the dumbest things I've ever done on this planet, you wanna know what that is? Bottling up emotions. Imagine a cup, and you're filling this cup to the brim with water. You can always go a few more drops with water, right? But if you pour more and more, it will overflow. That is a mental breakdown. You know, when you're at work, some customer's an asshole and just want to snap of it. You gotta swallow your pride then and there. You're not getting the PR you wanted, getting frustrated. Can't really scream, can you? Then and there, you gotta kind of swallow your pride again. And over time, it doesn't bother you that much, right? The cup has been filled this much. But the more and more you hold back, like you gotta hold back excitement, you gotta hold back your anger, your sadness, it will eat you from the inside out. And I'll Google right here, right now. What happens if I bottle emotions? Let's see. The negative side effects can lead to a range of negative consequences, including physical health problems like headaches and stomach issues, as well as mental issues such as chronic stress, anxiety, and depression. You put so much stress on your brain and your body that it can't even handle the basic functions in your daily life. So those small habits that you've done over a period of time will lead to something called either a mental breakdown or you'll kill someone. Now, how you might be thinking, how can I release this in a kind of stress-free way? How can I let this go? For example, I go to the gym on a daily basis, and frustration, for example, I use it on an extra set and an extra rep. A good, healthy way, right? But sometimes that doesn't seem to work out. Okay, crying then. Digging some deep memories, or recently lost someone, just as an example. Crying is alright, it is okay. If there's one thing I want you to understand is this internet people saying that, oh, crying is weak. Bullshit. Fucking hell, man. If you're able to cry in front of someone, your mother, your father, your sister, your siblings, or friends, it's a sign of strength, because it's a sign of trust that, you know what, I'm opening myself up in front of you and I'm putting myself in a vulnerable position. I just want you to be here to listen, to hold me, or something like that. Totally natural, and it is in human nature itself. Now, I don't want you to be a crybaby and start crying over the smallest thing that exists. But I mean, if you're like me, fucking idiot at times, and hold back emotions for far too long, it will eat you up. Here's a thing I want you to understand. I understand this masculinity thing on the internet, that you want to become strong, financial free, and all this sort of things. I totally get it, so do I. But if there's one thing I want you to understand, is do not overwork yourself to the point of exhaustion so you cannot work the next day. Well, you might be thinking, what is he babbling about? I'll tell you a story. There was a time when, you know, I'm okay opening up with this. Not too long ago, we put down the family dog, and it tore me up like it would tear anyone up. Like the family dog, it's been in the family for years and years, and you loved it like it was your own little brother or something like that. And then it passes away. Natural, but it grow too old, right? And I'm crying and crying in front of family and sitting there crying in front of him, right? Fucking love that little doorknob. And then realization hit me. I gotta go to work in 30 fucking minutes. Or an hour or two, I don't remember. And I got pissed off that I actually went to work itself. You might be thinking, why you're pissed off that you had to go to work? Because the transitioning going from crying your eyes out and then 2 hours later on the same day going to work and acting professional even though something on the inside is screaming and begging to be let out. If there's one thing I would recommend, if you lose someone, someone you care for unfortunately passes away or something like that, do not make the same mistake that I did and go to work the same fucking day. If you need a week off to grieve, call in sick. It's not the workplace's business itself to ask questions like, oh, what happened? Just say, I've fallen sick. I'm shitting, I'm vomiting, whatever. It's not their business to ask questions while you're sick. You call in sick, they gotta figure out who to replace you for those shifts. Of course, you won't be paid for not showing up, but that is a price to be paid. That I would rather take 24 hours off or even a week to grieve. Because the day I showed up to work, there was a customer that quite just was pushing. I was in dumb stuff, but I was in an emotional wreck because I call him a friend, the dog, one of my closest friends. And I was in an emotional wreck that the customer was pissing me the fuck off. I didn't do anything irrational or stupid, relax. I got so frustrated and I couldn't handle my emotions that I just went to the wardrobe and I just, fuck it. And I just let all loose. Formed a fist and I gave it everything I got into the cabinet. And I don't regret it. Because it was so much stress on my mind, so much emotions back and forth in my mind that the only thing that I could do was I wanted to let it out. I didn't want to hurt another human being, so I'd rather hurt myself in a way. Not self-harm, if it makes sense. I just wanted to let it out. So I formed a fist and I punched the cabinet. Took a breather, went out again. The rest of the work shift worked actually pretty fine because that punch kind of reset something in my mind. But that just goes and shows to the length that, oh shit, I need to take my mental health pretty seriously. And I recommend you should too. I mean, I'll give you another example. If you recently broke up with your girlfriend, call the boys and hit up an amazing gym session. Recently lost someone, you're going through a mental breakdown. Call someone. You need to go to a psychologist. Fucking go. Book it. I understand that going to a private psychologist will cost a lot of money, but you will be prioritized. Going to the public psychologist will take quite a lot of time before you get an appointment. But in the long run, no matter what, I believe it's worth a try. I believe it's worth a shot. And the same goes for if you're pondering, I think I got ADHD. I think I got this mental illness. I think I got bipolar disease. I think I got schizophrenia. Go to your local doctor or a private doctor for that sake. Get an appointment and say, I'd like to be referred to a psychologist because I got this and this kind of problem that needs to be fixed. Your mental state is something that is very important. It is you versus you. Quite frankly, fuck everyone else, but seek guidance when you need it. Take care, boys.